Hey guys, it's Ep52 here and welcome back to episode 52 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode we're going to be playing 3 more games, the first of which is against Man City, then we've got a game against Rubin Kazan in the Champions League group stages, followed by another league game against Crystal Palace. So there's an opportunity here for us to try and get back on track. We did that to a certain extent in the last episode, where we managed to pick up ourselves a win and a draw, our first win of the season as well. But we're still 15th, and we obviously need to try and win some more games. A huge match against Man City, they're in 4th position. A win here could take us a little bit further up the league table, but we need to win both our league games in today's episode, ideally. But before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'd be really appreciated. It's completely free, and I would really appreciate all the support I can get on this video. And yeah, this is the side I'm going to go with for the game against Man City. We've got Bailey Pico-Farrell starting in goal, Patterson at right back, Denayer and Arvids as my 2 centre-backs, Taylor as my left back, with Bridcut, Cook and Delph as my midfielders, Moreno, Berahino and Barrow as my 3 attackers, and yeah, Moreno coming up against his former club as well. This is the bench I've gone with, plenty of options here if we need them, especially pacey sort of attacking players. And yeah, we'll wait and see how we get on against Manchester City. It's going to be a tough game, however, from the news where you can see the Man City lineup, it looked very, very weak. So I say it's going to be a tough game, but the suggested or predicted lineup suggested it would be very, very weak for Man City. Got a lot of their youngsters out there, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner there. So it might not be as difficult as we expect, but yeah, all depends really on the sort of side they're going to put out. But in 4 days' time, we've got a Champions League game, so maybe that's why they put out a slightly weakened team for this game. Let's wait and see anyway, though, and hopefully get ourselves 3 points regardless of what the team is. Okay, well, the predicted lineup was not completely correct. Usually they get it pretty much spot on, to be honest, but Mangala and John Stones are starting as the 2 centre-backs, and that was not what was said on the predicted lineup. We were having 2 of the youngsters at centre-back from that, so luckily we didn't look too much into it. But yeah, that is certainly meaning that we're going to have a slightly better team than I was anticipating. Bridcut looking for the run of Berahino. It's a fantastic pass. Needs a little bit of support here though, Berahino. Looking for Delph, Berahino still has it, but sadly couldn't quite get the little intricate passes going there. It's a shame because that was our best little bit of play that we've had from the start of this game so far. Back into the box, close one, still have it though, and surely that would be in a corner. It's not been given, I can't believe that. But a good start for this game for us. 24 minutes in at the moment, but yeah, looking to try and get a goal in this first half if we can. We need to take some of our chances as well, but certainly that was much better than what I've seen in previous episodes from the start. Delph, again looking to switch it, this time to Moreno. Will he get there? He's obviously Kyle Walker's miles away, but Moreno does get there. Barrow, going to look for Berahino, it falls for him. Oh, so close. An extra touch that just went to Bravo. Really close again to an opening chance for us. Not really had a clear-cut chance as such yet, but hopefully that is going to be coming. We need a chance really to get ourselves on the score sheet. They've hit us on the break. Sané should make it 1-0. Really should do much better. I actually thought it was offside initially, but it clearly wasn't. And I'm glad I continued to play, but it still remains 0-0. Cook onto Delph. He's going to look for Moreno on the overlap. Gets brought down, but it's still going here. Lewis Cook couldn't do anything. It's gone out for a corner. Thought that was going to be a penalty or a free kick or something. Referee didn't give it, and we do have ourselves a corner. Need to do more from these corners. It's so frustrating. Every time it goes in, it just does that, and we don't get anything from corners. Don't know what more I can really do. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Surely get stopped from shooting there. Referee again didn't give anything. Allows them to break, but we've stopped that one well, and it's half-time. 0-0. So I would say usually a disappointing first half if we don't score, but actually it was quite a positive first half. Had some good chances. Just, not like we've not taken them, but it's not been a clear-cut chance. We've kind of failed at the final pass or something like that. So we do need to improve with that, but certainly positive signs. But we just need to make sure we can get a goal. I was after one in the first half. Hasn't happened, which means we might have to leave it later. Don't like doing that. Bridcut onto Barrow. That's a fantastic pass. Oh, it finds him perfectly. Barrow cutting inside, looking for the pass to Lewis Cook, and he smashes it in the back of the net. What a strike that is. For a second I thought it was hitting the bar or going over, but it does hit the bar and go in. And it was inside the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes of the second half. We're winning the game 1-0. Fantastic strike that is. Brilliant build-up play as well. Stretch to the defence. Another longish ball that we managed to find to one of our wingers. Works perfectly, and he smashes that one past Bravo. 1-0. Oh no, they've equalised. Is that De Bruyne? It seems like it might be. It's 1-1. He goes off to celebrate with Pep Guardiola. Just over 20 minutes to go. That one's actually come from nowhere. Completely unexpected. It's just a long-range shot that's come off the post and gone in. But yeah, a bit disappointing we've conceded so easily there. It's just a case of really the Man City team kind of stepping things up as soon as we score. It's one of those sort of things that is programmed into the game, sadly. But yeah, 20 minutes to go now to try and find ourselves a winning goal. It's disappointing we've conceded like that. But yeah, we need to really try and maybe look to the bench or something like that, give us a different option. Team's starting to slow down a little bit. But yeah, a bit disappointing, like I say, how we conceded there. All three changes, about 20 minutes to go now. Diame, Gray and Abraham all coming on. That means we're going to take off Lewis Cook, Borahino and Moreno. We're starting to get very tired. Diame hopefully will have those sort of long shots attributes that we might be able to benefit from in the last few minutes of this game. Diame wins it back. This is good. We can now break a little bit. Looking to switch that one out. Oh, it's a good bit of passage of play here. Bridcut lacking the pace, still going, and just gets completely red. Diame onto Gray. Overlap here for Patterson. This is a great chance. Patterson might have to go alone. Patterson! Oh, what is that? You don't side foot it there. You strike it across the goalkeeper with your laces. Oh, he's really messed up. That's terrible. I know he's a right back, but if you are a footballer, you can kick a ball properly. You can shoot properly, regardless of what position you play. That's it. We've drawn the game 1-1. In the grand scheme of things, it's probably a good point against a tough Man City team. But we could have won. It's as simple as that. We could have won. We had the better chances. We had more chances than they did. At least that I can remember anyway. 0 shots on target, yet they managed to score. Obviously that one came off the post. But yeah, 6 shots for them in total. Don't even remember them having that many, to be honest. But yeah, a game that we should win. Really should have won that one. Should have been a 2-1, maybe a 3-1. Had some good chances. Just didn't manage to take them. Patterson there at the end should have scored as well. But we'll move on, and we've got a midweek game now, just 4 days later I think it is, in the Champions League. It's another game where you hope you don't slip up. It's an important match because obviously everyone's on the same amount of points in our group. But we'll have to wait and see what sort of side we're able to field for that game. Our priority is the league at the moment, with us not doing very well there. So we need to obviously weaken this side a little bit so we can play a better team against Crystal Palace afterwards. Okay, this is the side I've gone with for the game against Rubin Kazan in the Champions League group stage. Got basically a whole changed team, to be honest, other than 1 or 2 players. Stockdale's going to start in goal, Eiling at right back. We've got that youngster again that started at centre-back that I can't pronounce the name of just yet. Anderson as my other centre-back, Angelino as my left-back, Bridcut, Diame right as my 3 midfielders, Roof, Aarons and Snodgrass as my 3 attackers. Aarons starting up front here, again trying to play him in that sort of position. I was impressed when he did that, when he came on that position off the bench not so long back, so we're going to give him a go there again. This is the bench I've gone with. Again, many other options, some of which maybe a little bit unexpected. We've got this right back on here. It does look very promising. 5-star weak foot as well. Other than that, pretty sort of standard options on the bench. Let's crack on with the game. Hopefully get ourselves the 3 points. It might well take us to the top of our group if we are able to do that. And yeah, let's wait and find out what happens in this game. Okay, here we go. This is the game that's supposed to be our easiest of the group, really, on paper. Obviously, we've played Bayer Leverkusen and we've also played Barcelona. We beat Barcelona, lost to Bayer Leverkusen, and we need a win here. So let's wait and find out how this goes. After this game, it's obviously completed the first round of fixtures. We're still going to play Rubin Kazan again in the second game, but we'll wait and see how this one goes. Like I say, though, it should be the easiest one of the 3. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's kind of end-to-end stuff here. Both of us kind of playing the counter-attacking kind of style at the moment, and hopefully this can work this time round. Roof to Aarons, looking for that chip ball through. Never looked physically strong at all. Don't know why that was gone back to Diame. Again, though, a chance for us. Bridcut trying to turn didn't allow us. No, Bridcut, that's terrible. Really, really poor. Just gives it straight to them. Of course, a little bit by surprise at the moment. They're having some decent attacks. They don't quite have the quality to finish them off, though, at the moment. But give them enough chances, and I'm sure they will. Forgot Snodgrass was playing, to be honest. Probably his first touch of the ball here. On to Diame. He needs to find Roof. Diame's struggling to go forward whatsoever. I don't know why Bridcut's going so far forward. It's Diame I want to get nearer the box. We've got right here, though, approaching the box. We've got Aarons trying to shoot, gets blocked, and when that is your best opportunity, you know it's not been a good first half so far. Oh, what a bad first half that was. 3 words to describe it: weak, poor, underwhelming. Really, really bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible performance. We looked like we were Rubin Kazan, and they looked like they were the Premier League team. It was unbelievable. Bridcut's gone off injured as well in the final few minutes. We're going to be changing this team a lot at half-time, so I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, first 2 changes, Dakara and Phillips to come on. We're going to take off Snodgrass and Bridcut, who's injured. And here we're going to go to this formation, a 4-2-3-1 wide. Diame is going to go in behind Dakara, Aaron's on the left, Roof on the right, with Phillips and Wright in midfield. Not their most ideal midfield, to be honest, but we're going to persist with it. If it doesn't work, then Diame might have to drop back and play one of those positions, and we'll bring someone else on. But 45 minutes now, it feels like we're losing this game 2 or 3-0, but we're not, somehow. It is still 0-0, so it's not that bad. It could have gone much worse. We need to find a goal. We need to start playing better, though. The formation's been changed to try and get a grasp of possession, because we didn't even have that against this team. So, yeah, thoroughly disappointing first half. No. Puts it on our plate for him. It's 1-0. What a start to the second half. Angelino heads it right to their player, who is unmarked, and he finishes it just about. It tells us something when he's only just finishing that one off, because it really was on a plate for him. Stockdale got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. And losing this game 1-0, 5 minutes into the second half. Okay, because we're closer to going 2-0 down than we are to equalise, and we're going to make the final change with 30 minutes to go. Gray's going to come on, Wright's going to come off. Wright isn't the reason why we've lost this game. I think there are other players that have just been terrible as well, but we have to look at the quality on there. I can't really afford to take Aaron's off, because even though he has been dreadful, and he has been dreadful, he's 77 rated. Wright's not been great, but I've got to go with Aaron's, who's got more energy left. Diame's going to go to centre mid now. We're going to put Gray in behind Akara. We're going to have to give that a go, but at the moment, if it continues like this, we've basically lost this game. Hiling onto Gray, that's much better. Heavy touch that we didn't need. Gray, Dakara, that's the way we've had to get back in this game. A nice little sweaty goal, 20 minutes to go. We've had to do that against Rubin Kazan. Won't even let me pick up the ball, but it's 1-1. It's our first shot of the second half. That tells you how few chances we've had. Gray's made it though, that little bit of extra pace in behind. That's why he's playing central. And we've got the goal. Now we need another one. I'm not happy with the draw against this team. Eiling, onto Roof. This is much better. Roof. Oh no, Roof shoots accidentally. Saved by the goalkeeper. I say it was accidentally because I was trying to do a standing tackle. Wasn't expecting the ball to come back to me. Dakara on to Gray. Gray back to Dakara. Oh, he scored and it's 2-1. It's our second shot of the second half, and it's the same combination. Dakara and Gray playing up front together, or near enough up front anyway, just with Gray in behind. 2-1. 8 minutes left. This has come from nothing. But I'm not going to get too carried away because they have looked much better than us, so it could quite easily all change in the final 8 minutes. Decent finish this time from Dakara, and it's 2-1. Roof. Oh, it's a fantastic pass too. Gray still got it here. Gray off the post, but it goes in. Oh no. That is the greatest own goal you will ever see. 3-1 off the post onto the keeper, and we've finished the game off. Gray has obviously been the turning point for us here. Don't know what the keeper's trying to do. What is he even trying to do? He's got plenty of time to do something with it, and he's just put it in the back of his own net. 3-1. We've really turned this game around brilliantly. And the goalkeeper gets that one. Clapping the crowd anyway, though, even though he's just lost them the game. That is it. It was virtually the last touch of the ball. And very happy with that. Like I said before, Gray was very much the turning point. 2 assists and a goal for him. Can't really ask for much more in the final 20 minutes of a game. And yeah, we really swung that match with him coming on. He's definitely going to be in consideration now for the Palace game, even though he already kind of was going to play that match, to be honest. But we might play him more centrally if that's where he plays better. Okay, player injured. Liam Bridcut's out for 9 days with a bruised shoulder. And yeah, that's not going to cause us too many worries. He's not out for that long. He will miss this next game, though, against Palace. We've gone down to 16th place now after that last match in the league against Man City. Shame we only could get a draw, because if we could get 2 more points in that game, then we would have gone up quite nicely to maybe 13th or 14th place. But a win here could see us go up to around 13th or 14th. But yeah, it depends on the other results, obviously. Let's see whether we can get ourselves a win. We need 3 points. 1 point isn't good enough, especially not against Palace. Let's change around the side. Okay, this is the side I've gone with for the away game against Crystal Palace. Bailey Peacock-Farrell starting in goal, passing at right back, Denayer and Arvidsson against centre back, Taylor's my left back. Obviously a change formation, as you can see here. A 4-2-3-1 wide. We've got Delph and Cook as my two centre mids. Barrow on the left-hand side, Ronnie on the right-hand side with Graham behind Berahino. This is the bench I've gone with. Again, some different sort of options, some youngsters in there, because a lot of players are quite tired from the last match. Decara's on there as well. Hopefully get a chance to see him potentially at some point. Maybe even Abraham. Depends exactly what we need in the game. Yeah, let's crack on. Hopefully get ourselves 3 points. Okay, here we go, at Selhurst Park for the match. I'm not really too sure whereabouts they are in the league, but I think I can see them being fairly high up, actually. I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, they might be in the top 4. I think they're doing fairly well so far this season. I'm not 100%. But yeah, we need a good performance. We need to play much better than we did for the majority of that last match. If we can play how we did in the final 10-15 minutes, then that will be ideal for us. But let's wait and see what happens. Great, switching over to Moreno, that's good. Moreno needs someone in the box. Every time we can't seem to get anyone in the box. Delph now onto Gray. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful turn. Somehow, the defender has read that one almost as soon as I made the turn. Yeah, not too sure about that one. Cook wins it back. That's the first time I've managed to do that in a good position. Berahino going to have to shoot. Too far across the goalkeeper. It's a poor finish. We need a better striker. Berahino has been really average for us. Delph turns. Berahino. Oh, so close. That is genuinely our best opportunity of the first half. It's been another unbearable first half, terrible first half, and we've just looked really bad. It's mainly because Palace are playing unbelievably well, winning everything, anticipating everything, completely unrealistically, but yeah, I literally don't know what more I can do. Gray's been terrible, he can't pass the ball, complete contrast to the last game, so I don't know whether he's more of an impact player. I have no idea anymore about this game, to be totally honest. But yeah, it's a difficult one to know what to do here. I have no idea. I might just keep with the same team, see how it goes for 15 minutes, and hope that something changes over half-time, somehow. This is more like it. Got a bit of space and time to play that pass now into Gray. He's got beyond Berahino. Needs Berahino to do the same now. Berahino! Oh, Delph! Oh, what a finish! And it's onside as well. I wasn't too sure. What a finish. Was not expecting that. We've come out and played, well for about 2 minutes. Did not see that one come in whatsoever. It's our first opportunity to properly go forward and get a pass going forward. Get Gray going on behind the defenders. That is a hell of a finish from Delph. I love that overhead kick. That will do. Don't think I've ever scored on them before, especially not on this FIFA anyway. Off the bar initially, and that is out of nowhere. Fantastic strike. Not going to beat that one. Goal of the season stuff. 1-0. I could watch that one over and over again. Where the hell does that goal come from? Such a terrible, terrible first half. To score a goal like that. Unbelievable stuff. Winning this game 1-0. Cannot believe that. Fabian Delph. What a way to score his second goal of the season. Okay, all 3 changes now. Phillips and Abraham are going to come on, along with a slightly different change. We're going to bring on a guy called Soderberg, something along those lines anyway, one of our youngsters. He's a right back, he can't play right mid either, but we're going to give him a go there. We're going to see how he gets on. He's 6'5", so a little bit different, maybe a more defensive option for us there. We'll take up Moreno, Gray and Berahino, give us a bit more height going forward with Abraham. So yeah, we'll wait and see how he gets on for the final 25 minutes. We've played all our substitutions, and we'll wait and see exactly what comes of that. Hopefully, we can hold on to this lead, if not extend it maybe on the break, but to be honest, we don't look likely of scoring another goal, especially not an overhead kick anyway. But we'll wait and see anyway. Barrow's going to try and get a cross in here maybe. Nah, deflects to the keeper. Abraham, plenty of space to run into now. Got Soderberg looking to play back into him. Abraham, yes, he finishes it off on the counter-attack. That's what we were after. It's happened. We got the second goal. Not had many chances in this game. That's very worrying. Not creating many chances. We've been in the past not finishing them off, but we've actually been quite clinical in this game. We've not had many chances whatsoever, but we've taken them. It's 2-0 on the break, and it's a decent finish actually, that one from Abraham. Wasn't so convinced it was going in, but it did. 6 minutes to go, and I think tactically we got this one right, and that's what saved us. Same within that last game to win us in the final 20 minutes. The tactics were spot on, I think, if I don't say so myself. But it's the actual team performance for the rest of the match that's been a little bit concerning. Hopefully we can find a bit more form. Hits them again on the break here, this time with Barrow. Can he well and truly finish this game off? Oh no, that's what I was expecting Abraham to do. Oh, it's terrible. I know it's his weak foot, but come on. Barrow onto Abraham. Might be the final chance of the game. He's going to look to play the cross to the youngster. You might have just played it too late. He is going to shoot, and yeah, he's a right back. So, yeah, found the stands. That's it though, we've won the game 2-0, that is the main thing. Got ourselves 3 points. Got a clean sheet somehow. I have no idea how that happened, but we did. And got ourselves 3 points. Very, very happy with that. Decent performance at times, for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. But the rest of it wasn't particularly incredible. Didn't have that many chances. Felt like we really weren't in control of that game whatsoever. But hopefully in the next episode we can sort those issues out. Generally, the start of the season has been, in one word, awful. But hopefully we can improve things. We're starting to slowly get into things a little bit more now with a few wins in today's episode. That is everything for today's episode though. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you have, then please go ahead and hit that like button. Also don't forget to go ahead and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And that would be really appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for another episode. Thanks for watching and goodbye.